Guys, my phone's set up here. So it'll stay hopefully. Let me put a pillow underneath it. I hope that doesn't stay. I think. Yeah. So, how you guys doing? I just want to do like a lesson, but it's like a silly lesson because it's just dumb math. As far as, no one's going to have a hard time understanding this. It's just dumb, but I wanted to do it officially. I almost didn't do this, but I decided I wanted to. So how you guys doing? I'm gonna actually show the birthday connections between me, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai, and Paul Gilbert officially on this video. I've talked about it, but let's show it on paper on the board. If that's okay. So I was born 12/6/1966. So the first person that connects to me birthday-wise is Randy Rhoads. He was born 12/6/1956. So 10 years apart to the day. He's got 6, I've got 6, 12, 12, but he's 56, I'm 66. Pretty straightforward. He's just 10 years apart from me to the day. That alone is an unlikely coincidence. It's like if a year is 365 days and 10 years is 3,650 days, then if all the days within a 10-year period Randy could have been born, he was 1 in 3,650 to have that birthday, just exactly 10 years apart to the day from me. It's not astronomical, but it's kind of a unique coincidence because it's not likely if you just drew it out of a hat or something. And there's Steve Vai. He's 6/6/1960. Well, I just realized this the other day, which is why I did this video, because I never even saw it. 6/6/60 has 666 in it, but he takes 6 away from my 12 to make 6. And he takes the 6 away from my 1966 to make 1960. So he just takes a 6 off the beginning and a 6 off the end from me. I'm 12/6, he's 6/6, I'm 1966, he's 1960. So you just take a 6 off the 12 and a 6 off the 1966 and you get 6/6/1960, 6/6/60. That's cool. And plus the 6 years off, and that's 6 months. The first part is the month. So 6 months before me there, and then 6 years before me there is 6 months, 6 years, but that's 6.5 years. And 6.5 times 2 is 13. So it's exactly half of 13 years. He's exactly half of 13 years older than me. So that's not as much of a coincidence as Randy's, but it's kind of getting there. It's like, and then Paul Gilbert is 12/6. No, he's not. He's 11/6/1966. So Paul Gilbert is exactly 1 month before me, but has the 6/1966. He's got 666, but he's 1 month apart from me to the day. So Randy is exactly the same month and day, but 10 away from the years, which makes it 1 digit less on the tens column. Steve is 6 less on the month and 6 less on the years, so 6/6/60. Paul is one month before me, one off the month, so 11/6/1966. And those are the birthdays. And then how I do it in my mind when I think of this. If this is boring, then you don't have to watch it. I'm sorry, but I just had to do it. Maybe it's just for me, but I put Randy at the top. I put Randy up here. I put Steve over here. Put Paul over here. And I put me, I'll put Jimmie down at the bottom. So Randy and I connect because we're 10 years apart to the day. Steve and I connect because we're half of 13 years apart. Paul and I connect because we're only 1 month apart. We all our birthdays are on the 6th day of the month. 6, 12, 6, 12, 6, 6, 6, 11, 6. So we have that all mutually in common. But Randy doesn't relate to Steve because Steve is 666. Randy doesn't relate to Steve, and Randy doesn't really closely relate to Paul that much. And Steve and Paul don't really relate that much. The only person that relates to all three, to all the other three, is me, because I relate to Steve, Paul, and Randy. But Randy doesn't really relate to Steve. Randy doesn't really relate to Paul, and Paul doesn't really relate to Steve. But they all relate to me. And if you add up the month, day, and year, Randy is a 3. So that would be adding 12, 6, 1966, all that up and making one digit. Mine's a 4. So I'm a 4. Paul's a 3, and Steve is a 1. So that's our basic astrology from our birthdays. Steve's a 1, which is like independent thinker, leader, ego maybe. Randy's a 3, and Paul's a 3. 3 means like intelligence, maybe a little creative intelligence as well. And I'm a 4, which is judgment and harshness and kind of a hard life, being tested all the time and being judged a lot. So that's all. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock.